Okay, picture this. You're on a big cross-country road trip in your electric car. The music's playing, sun is shining, but instead of stressing about where the next charging station is, your car is actually gaining power just from driving. Now, this isn't some far-off sci-fi dream. It's the very real promise of electric roads.
I mean, really, let that sink in for a second. What if the single biggest pain point of owning an EV, that constant search for a charger, just vanished? This is the big question that's driving a potential revolution in how we travel, and it's aimed squarely at a problem every EV owner knows all too well.
And yeah, that problem has a name: range anxiety. It's that little voice in the back of your head, that fear you'll run out of juice before you get where you're going, stranded on the side of the road. It's a huge hurdle for getting more people into EVs, but this new technology aims to literally pave right over it.
So how in the world do you make a road that can charge a car while it's moving? Well, places like Sweden are already building them. And the tech basically boils down to two main ideas.
Okay, so first up is conductive charging. The best way to think about this is like a giant slot car track. A little arm drops down from under the car and makes physical contact with an electrified rail that's built right into the road. It's super efficient. The other way, and this is the one that feels a little more like magic, is inductive charging. This is totally wireless. It's basically a massive version of the charging pad you'd use for your phone. And here's a great visual of how that inductive method works. You see those coils buried right under the asphalt? They create a magnetic field, and a receiver pad on the bottom of the car picks up that energy. So the power just transfers wirelessly as you drive right over it. Pretty cool, right? No physical contact at all.
You know, the potential here is so much bigger than just making our road trips a little more convenient. This is about completely reimagining our infrastructure for a much cleaner future. And to really get the scale of this opportunity, just look at a country like Sweden. Transportation, that's cars, trucks, the whole deal, accounts for a whopping 30% of their total carbon emissions. So if you can crack that nut, you're not just making a small dent, you're using a massive lever for climate action. And the knock-on effects are just huge. I mean, we could slash emissions from heavy trucking by a third. And because cars could top up on the go, they'd need batteries that are 50, maybe even 80% smaller. That means EVs get cheaper and we'd use way fewer precious resources like lithium and cobalt. On top of all that, you're saving land and bringing charging to rural areas that might not have it. It's a whole ecosystem of benefits.
But let's be real. If this were easy, we'd probably be driving on these things already. There are some enormous, and I mean enormous, hurdles standing in the way.
First, let's just talk about the price tag. A single pilot project in Florida to electrify just 1.2 kilometers of road, that's less than a mile, cost $500 million when you include all the infrastructure. That is a mind-boggling amount of money for such a tiny stretch of road.
So, the cost is obviously a huge issue. But even if you had all the money in the world, there's another, maybe even trickier question. Is it actually safe to be surrounded by these powerful electromagnetic fields all the time?
And this is where things get really complicated. As you can see, the international groups that set safety standards don't even agree. One guideline says 27 microteslas is the limit for the public, but another standard allows for more than 7 times that amount. When the experts can't agree on what's safe, it's pretty hard to move forward.
And it doesn't stop with physical safety. We also have to think about digital security. I mean, anytime you build a huge, interconnected, smart network like this, you're also creating a giant new target for hackers.
And this is not just some paranoid fantasy. Researchers are already warning that a hacked system could let people steal electricity. They call it free riding. Or, even scarier, it could let them track your car's movements by watching its charging sessions. That's a massive privacy nightmare waiting to happen.
The list of challenges just keeps going. Different countries can't even agree on a single standard. Should it be conductive or inductive? The systems themselves have durability questions. Rails wear down from friction. Coils underground have to deal with freezing and thawing. And then there's the elephant in the room. What if battery technology just keeps getting better and better, and we end up with cars that can go 1,000 miles on a charge? Would we even need this? So it really feels like we're at a crossroads. Do we pour trillions of dollars into electrifying our roads, or do we double down on what we're already doing, building a massive network of fast charging stations?
And the trade-offs here are really stark. Look at the upfront cost. It's absolutely astronomical for electric roads, but you can scale a charger network one station at a time. Then there's charging time, literally zero for e-roads, but you're stuck for anywhere from 5 to 60 minutes at a station, and that choice has a huge impact on battery size. E-roads would let us use much smaller, cheaper batteries, while chargers demand the huge, heavy ones we have today.
But, maybe it's not an all-or-nothing decision. Some of the most interesting research suggests that a hybrid approach might be the smartest path forward. By electrifying just a quarter of our busiest highways, we could actually cover the needs for the vast majority of trips and just rely on regular chargers for the rest.
So, where does that leave us? Are electric roads the absolute future? The game-changing next step in sustainable travel? Or are they just an incredibly expensive, incredibly complex detour, when the real answer might just be better batteries? That, my friends, is the billion-dollar question.